Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, welcome. We're the Garso twins. I'm Carly.
And I'm Britta.
And if you like this video, we'd love it if you and appreciate it if you would subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified of all of our uploads, because we do upload, or try to, 3 times a week.
Yes.
And today we thought it would be fun to do a get ready with me using products we never use. Oftentimes when we do these videos, like I'll even joke about it. I'm like, I use the same eyeshadow palette every time we do one of these videos.
I use literally the same makeup every single time.
Yeah, so. And oftentimes we use like complexion products that we've talked about at length on our channel. So I thought it would be fun to dig into our collections and pull out things that we never use on our channel or use very little just in real life in general. And it was a challenge, but I'm excited to see what we use today. So let's get started. Okay, so for foundation, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. I have the shade 425. And this is a product that I actually do use in real life. I just never use it on camera.
Oh, you know what? We should have pulled up that Covergirl Foundation. Too late.
I used it the other day.
Oh, you didn't like it?
I love it, but the smell is something else. And I'm going to use the M Cosmetics Cushion Foundation because, I mean, I love this. It's just like something I really reached for in the summer. And then now I haven't really reached for it. But I did put in a new, because it comes with refills. I put in a refill like a few months ago, and then I just sort of like put it away to the back of my makeup. So it should be like a fresh thing in here. Just dipping it in my brush. Yeah.
This one,
oh man, maybe it's too fresh. I gotta like pounce.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one is also like, so I used it the other week and it's more coverage than I even remember. I would say like a solid medium coverage. And it's just a really lovely foundation. I know that for a while, like all the YouTubers talked about this product and it was like the best drugstore foundation. And
it kind of had a resurgence on TikTok too, right?
I think it did, yeah. Neutrogena Hydro Boost Skin Tint is still my favorite foundation in general. So that's also a drugstore foundation, but this is probably a close second. It's a really, really beautiful complexion product, and I feel like it looks natural while still providing coverage, and I just really like it. And so, like I said, I pulled it out of my collection like a couple weeks ago and have been using it that week, but I realized I never used it on camera, so here we are.
Yeah, I've actually used this cushion foundation on camera because I love this. Makes my skin look flawless. I don't know what it is, but it really adds like the perfect amount of coverage in my opinion, but it looks like natural. Like it doesn't look too dewy in my opinion. Wow, like I always forget how much I love this. The only, like, my only complaint is that I just don't use like chemical filters for SPF, and they are in here. So
same with this.
Oh, really? It's SPF 25. So it's very little. It has oxygen oxide, which is chemical, and then titanium dioxide, which is physical. I think this is higher than that.
Yeah, that's probably like an actual sunscreen.
I don't see it on here for some reason, but yeah, it I think it might have been 50 even.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm also going to use the Merit complexion stick in the shade Dune, just to cover up. I say this every time we do a get ready, but I've just been breaking out like constantly.
I've been breaking out more than normal.
I'm going to the doctor soon to figure out like what's going on because I can't figure it out on my own. But and it's really not that bad. I shouldn't complain, but it's just way more than I've probably ever experienced.
I probably should have brought a stick concealer. I just have this like one zit right here that is so bad.
Yeah, Britta's like complaining, and I'm like, are you kidding? I have way more zits than you. But I guess it's not a competition.
The only concealer I own, really, that's not true. I still love like the JOA Dark Circle Corrector, but that one is quite sheer, and these are like the only 2 concealers I own. The One Size and then the JOA. So I'm just going to use the One Size concealer today because I feel like if I used the JOA, it wouldn't really match the coverage of like the foundation.
I wanted to use the Merit because I don't think I've used it since January when we filmed that Merit like review.
Yeah, that's true. That was a while ago. Maybe I can use this on my spot. I'm just trying to use what's left of my light 4, so I'm mixing it with the medium shade just to kind of make it last longer. But I still love this concealer. Highly, highly recommend.
Which one is it? The JOA?
No, this is the One Size.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying the JOA is the only other concealer I own. And I've used it on camera before, I feel like. And I talked about it. So regardless, like whatever concealer I would have used, you guys would have heard.
Well, I have one that's a real throwback.
Yeah.
And this was another one that the Glossier Stretch Concealer was my favorite concealer for like years because it was the only concealer that didn't make my under eyes
look dry and like extra creasy and age. And then I think between starting like using tretinoin a few years ago and then also just finding like other concealers, my under eyes have definitely just looked better. I don't try to bring the tretinoin up, but I think that's what's helped. I'm really not sure. So then I just like kind of stopped using this and used other ones, and the Kosas has really replaced this for me because I really feel like it has like that same dewiness, but it's so much easier to apply because it's like a doe foot applicator. I think it has way better coverage and I like the shades more. I mean, there's just a lot of reasons. So now I just never reach for this, but it's kind of the same thing as this. Like I bought a new one probably like the end of 2019, and then I like found other ones I liked better, so I stopped using it. And so it's like a brand new. This is also like with their new shade system. So this is G9. So I wanted to use it today.
Yeah, it is like new.
Yeah, to see if it's as good as I remember. Because a lot of Glossier products I just like don't really like and like reach for anymore. Besides the, what's the lip product I love?
The Balm.com?
No, the like, I have it in Trench. It's the new like lip shine product. I love that product.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, this definitely looks really nice. This is a way pinker shade than I remember.
I'm using, I've talked about this. I put it in, I think, our weekly favorites, but I haven't used it on camera, so I'm going to use this today. The Danessa Myricks Power Bronzer in the shade Light. I've been really liking layering like cream and powder bronzers, and this one has like a really nice powder dry down, but it's a really light shade. It has like a lot of yellow to it, so I feel like it's like a good starting point for me. Like on a normal like everyday basis, I'd probably just leave it at this and not go over top with a powder. But like I said, I'm trying to do like a full face.
Okay, I'm actually really glad we're doing this because I really like between the M cushion and the Glossier Stretch, I feel like my skin looks really like slightly dewy and like healthy, but just like covered and nice. Like it looks good. I will say I ran out of my vitamin C product and my under eyes are just looking a little dark. And actually the Glossier Stretch has like, I don't want to say way more coverage than I remember, but like it looks like it covered a decent amount. But I might go in a little bit. Usually the Merit Stick is way too dry for my under eyes. But because Glossier is so dewy,
that's true. It's probably a good combo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in on top with this and see if that like is a nice combination. But I'm actually really impressed with that coverage. I don't remember it having like enough to really cover my under eyes. I just remember I used it on like no makeup days often because I just, like I said, I liked how it looked under my eyes, even if it didn't fully cover.
By the way, do you guys see like this bronzer is just so nice for like every day for like just a subtle bronze look. It was so easy to blend out with this Merit #1 brush. So I love that as a base. And then for powder,
okay, this combo is really good. Like it really looks nice under my eyes.
The powder, again, I only own 2 powders. I own the Kosas powder and then the Hourglass, which I never use anymore because since getting the Kosas Cloud Set. So I'm gonna use that today. We'll see how I feel about it.
The Hourglass?
Again, hate the packaging. I almost decluttered it because I was like, this packaging makes me never want to use it again. But I didn't, and now I'm glad I didn't for this video. I'm gonna use the Tarte cream bronzer because after getting like the NARS, and I mean there's just so many cream bronzers and cosmetic
I still love
sticks.
that formula.
Yeah, like I just stopped really using this one, but I remember like it being the best. So I'm just gonna dot this on a little bit and then blend it out. And I also think it's really warm for this time of year. Like from what I remember, I preferred like a more neutral color for like fall and winter, and this for more like summer. Yeah, it's pretty warm. But wow, this is really nice. Yeah, looks good. I mean, I would never like stop using this product. I just have so many cream bronzers that I don't reach for it right now as much. It's way more pigmented than
This powder's nice.
I remember loving it, and it's really nice. I just feel like the application, like having it in this component that's really hard to disperse the right amount of product. It's very messy. Like the Kosas is kind of just so much easier to use in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I still like it. I like how it made my skin look.
That's the same for like all loose powders though. I feel like they're all messy.
Yeah, I know. I agree. Like I really want to try the Ilia one because people rave about it. And I love Ilia, but I'm like, ugh, it's like a loose powder. I don't know if I'm down with that. So for my face products today,
I
really pretty.
reached into the depths of my face palette, and I have 2 Bare Minerals palettes, and these palettes aren't available anymore, but you can get these individually, so I thought it would be like not cheating. So this is the Bare Minerals Bare Glow Face Palette, and it has their bronzer, highlighter, and blush. So I'm gonna use this bronzer today in the shade, shoot, what shade is this? Oh, it's Warmth, or
no.
What's the other one?
Yeah, I'll link it below because it doesn't say the shade on here, which is kind of weird. But it's like a cool tone bronzer, and I'm doing more of a cool tone look today. So I thought that this would be pretty, and I remember really liking this product. I think Carli has the full size.
No, I got rid of it.
Oh, really?
I never used it.
Yeah.
But it is nice, but I just never.
Saved this palette because, well, I love the Bare Minerals blushes.
But I do have the full-size highlighter, and I love it.
Yeah.
I was going to use it today, but then Britta said she was
I saved it primarily for the highlighter because I remember really loving this, and I literally use either the Ilia or the Beauty Pie every single day. And I'm like, I just need to use something else. So I'm really glad we're doing this video.
Yeah, me too. I keep saying that. Okay, for blush, I'm going to use the Patrick Ta She So LA Duo because I remember really liking these, but then, like, again, I have, like, other cream blushes I reach for more, like the Kiera Weiss.
Yeah.
I just, like, can't stop using those. And then powder blushes, for some reason, like, I do like powder blushes more than I like powder bronzers, but I always go back to Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Like, no matter what, I can have a million.
That's so funny because I use a lot of powder blushes.
I'm saying I like powder blushes, but I just like, I don't know, I always reach for Pillow Talk. It just always looks good with any look. And it's been like years now since I purchased that, and I just still reach for it. And I think I'm gonna do it the way that Patrick tells people to do it, with like the, doing the powder first and then the cream.
Oh.
So from what I remember, the powder
is like really sheer, or maybe it's just my product's old, but I really like the color.
I don't know, Britta just loves bronzer. She probably is just like, oh, this is so sheer.
I also, you also have to admit, it's so hard in the lights to see what we're doing.
Yeah, it is. Okay, wait, I just said that this blush was really pigmented, and now, yeah, this looks sheer on me too. So, I'm confused.
Wait, that's weird. I use that a lot, and it is pretty pigmented.
Huh, maybe I have to pick up more?
Yeah.
Here, I'll like rub my finger in it. It has been a minute since I've used it. Okay, now I'm getting more, I think.
Okay, so for my blush,
this is really, really pretty, but I remember loving the powder side.
Yeah,
I just
me too.
didn't like ever really reach for the cream.
Same.
And
I
then
love the powder though.
Yeah, it's kind of like a red toned bronze.
Okay, so for...
Wait.
Oh, okay.
I just want to talk about this. Now I'm gonna go in with the cream on top to see how that looks. I think I'm gonna.
That one's pretty sheer, right?
Or yeah, no? I think so. I hope. I think I might overdo it on the cheeks today. That's okay.
It's fine. People want to see us change it up.
Yeah.
Maybe my sheer bronzer is a nice change.
Maybe I'll like put it across my nose.
Yeah. For my blush, I have this Bare Minerals Desert Bloom palette. I love this palette. By the way, both of these are definitely expired, but it is what it is.
Oh no, I got some too low. I'm gonna go over with my foundation.
I love the look of this. It's like very, like Bare Minerals, like both of these actually look really chic and nice and like slim, don't they? I think that's another reason I kept them.
Yeah. They have good like cardboard packaging.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this right now.
Okay.
I like the powder a lot, and I'm gonna keep this in like my everyday makeup drawer to keep using the powder, but something about the cream is really accentuating like my texture.
Yeah, they're like very like dewy and balmy.
Yeah, so I think what I've learned from reusing this is that I love the powder side, and I will definitely use that more.
I know, I use that.
But yeah, the combination is just kind of creating some pore.
No, I'm sure it's fine. It's just
it's probably the lights.
So this palette has 3 of their powder blushes. That peach though, Call My Blush, and You Had Me at Merlot. Call My Blush, I feel like is one of their most popular shades.
I used to have that in full size too.
I have it in full size.
Remember, I purchased it. Like I used my own money and bought it, and I loved it. But then you guys know we just declutter things pretty often. Like I wasn't using it.
That's why I like blush palettes. I have to say, I like them because they're smaller and I can keep more blushes, and I love blush, and I have a lot.
I love blush too.
But You Had Me at Merlot.
Yeah, that one's the prettiest.
It's so pretty. But I think today I'm gonna mix You Had Me at Merlot and Call My Blush to tone it down a little bit. Because my eyes are gonna be a little cool tone, so I don't want to use the peach tone. So I'm just gonna, and these are really pigmented by the way, so you only need a little, especially You Had Me at Merlot because it's dark.
Okay, I'm using the Mcgrath, this like under eye setting powder to set my face. because we purchased this during the sale probably like over a year ago. I'm gonna see.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And I just like the Kosas powder so much more, so I just stopped using this.
Remember mine broke?
Yeah,
during that video?
Yeah. Now that I'm looking at it, this is doing something weird to my, it's like, I used to think it like really, what's it called? Like, I need another mirror. It kind of like blurred really nicely, but now I think it looks like it's almost adding like a weird,
Really? Because isn't that the whole point?
white coverage? Maybe not. It is blurring. It's blurring a lot.
This is a pretty
But I much prefer the Kosas powder. I'm gonna like lightly do my under eye because that's what this is for. But I really don't like how my under eyes ever look set, so I'm probably gonna regret this, but it's the under eye setting powder.
I'm going to.
It's supposed to be for your under eyes.
That's true.
I don't know, something about
So
this
I
is
would try
looking really weird. Like, maybe because my cheeks were so dewy, so now like the mattifying of this is, oops. Sorry, got some on your hands.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
just powder. But yeah, that's the other thing. There's so much kickback in this powder. Honestly, I think I might just declutter this because I don't think I'm really going to use this much after this video.
Oh, so this is also a productive video. It
yeah,
sounds like.
much to my dismay because like I bought this and barely used it. And then that Kosas came out with that powder and I was like, oh, well, I must have that. And it just completely replaced
this is more like metallic than I remember.
Oh yeah, it's super metallic.
I think I used too much here. I'll go back in with my blush brush. So pretty though. I know for sure this is the highlighter's called Free.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the one thing I've kept from the Bare Minerals, like full-size powders, and I really love it. Okay, I'm gonna use...
the names are on the front. Faux Tan.
Yeah.
Faux Tan is the bronzer, Graceful Rose is the blush, and then Free is the highlighter.
Okay, for my highlighter, I'm doing a huge throwback, and I'm only using this because I think that they have it available in the quad currently. Like Hourglass brought it back in a quad. So this is the Hourglass Unlocked palette. If you guys have been watching our videos for like the past maybe 3 years, you know that for like a solid year, I only used this. Like I purchased this and it's obviously expensive.
I know firsthand.
Yeah, and I mean, I hit pan on this powder and then like they
wow.
Yeah, and then the highlighter is my, like also like it looks like it's almost to pan. But I loved, like I've traveled with this. It's such a good palette. I really do love it. I just don't reach for it as much anymore because I have like other blushes and bronzers that I like more, but it is such a nice like all like everything in one palette. But this highlighter still was like my favorite powder highlighter. I stopped using it when I got the Ilia highlighter because I was like, oh, this is like the best powder highlighter, and now I just rarely use powder highlighters, but I had a love affair with this highlighter, so I wanted to revisit it today. And the shade is called Champagne Strobe Light, and like I said, I think it's in that quad that Hourglass brought back. So gonna apply this. Okay, yeah, it's really pretty. It's like very metallic, but I don't think that it really like accentuates pores very much. Like it's just sort of,
yeah,
it's a nice glow. It's pretty.
For brows, I'm gonna do my brows before my eyes. I don't own another brow pencil. This is like the same thing I keep saying about like powders, but you know when you have something you like, I just don't see the point in buying a new one. So I'm gonna use the CoverGirl brow pencil. But for my brow gel, I'm actually going to use the Merit brow gel in the shade Brown because I never use this anymore. So I thought that that would be at least something to bring out.
Okay, see, this is doing something weird on that blush too. I think the blush, I think I should have done it normally how I do like the cream first and then the powder.
I know, he always says to do it backwards.
I just think that's, no, I've done that with other creams. I just think that it's like catching weird on the... It's like doing, it's like catching weird. Like it's,
I guarantee it looks worse in these lights.
Yeah. I might just go over it with my foundation brush again. But this highlighter is really pretty. But yeah, there's definitely like cream and liquid highlighters I prefer more. Can I use your setting mist?
Yeah, which again, that's the only one I own.
MAC Fix Plus, we can't find a better.
Also, I don't know if it's still going on when you guys are watching this, but I needed a new one. As you can see, it's pretty low and I can't be without it. I was gonna say I don't like to, but I actually physically cannot be without it. and Target was doing 10% off like all Ulta Beauty. And so I saved 10%, which is like $3 on it. And I just ordered it with my like last weekend Target order.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Yeah. So before I go with eyeshadow, I'm gonna use the Beauty Pie Flawless Eyeshadow Primer. So I picked this up probably like a month ago, and I just don't think I've used it on camera. Oh, the wiper's coming out. That's kind of weird. So far, I mean, I think it's a good primer. I don't really own any eyeshadow primers, so that's why I got it. I was like, oh, I like that this is like a color. It's not just like...
That's something I love about Beauty Pie. Like, I got that eyeliner because I'm like, I don't own any eyeliners.
Yeah, I took the eyeliner out today. I might use it. It's like... It's a color, but it's not super opaque like a concealer would be. So I like that it like kind of covers your eyelid color, but it's not extremely opaque, so it looks like unnatural if you don't put a ton of eyeshadow on. So far I really like this, and I do think it helps with longevity, and it's like a good product. And yeah, I'm glad I got it, and I wanted to use it on camera because I am going to use a palette with more like colors. Okay, for eyeshadow, I'm going to use the M Cosmetics Faded Clementine palette because I really love these palettes. I love the formula, but the Venetian Rose one is my favorite, and I feel like I just reach for that one the most. But I do love the color story in here, especially for like this time of year,
like
that's late fall. Yeah, it's really pretty. So I'm gonna see, I don't really know what to do, but I'm gonna try some things out. I have to say, I actually do really like the Merit Brow Gel. My eyebrows are a little bit bigger right now, like I have to get them done. And I like this formula. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Beauty Pie, which I love. That one just has a smaller applicator, which I prefer. But this color is a really good match for me. And I feel like it holds without being crunchy and then adds like a little pigment. So I like this more than I remembered. So like Carly said, I feel like the part of this video I'm liking because
all my brushes have like brown on them. I didn't clean them. Let me see.
Mine I recently cleaned, but I had used before. I'm
gonna use orange because I want to wear an orange lip, but I'm gonna go with some other colors.
The Ilia Cool Mood palette. As you guys know, I love this eyeshadow formula. It's probably my favorite eyeshadow formula. I think that the mattes blend beautifully, and the thing I like about the shimmers is that they're not metallics, they're like true shimmers. So on an everyday basis, like I do like metallic shadows, but I don't wear them every day. And so for a 6-pan palette, something that I would reach for in more like a casual way, I like that they just have shimmers. And I reach for the warm nude much more than the cool nude, so I decided to take this out today.
It's so funny because now I love cool tone eyeshadows. After I got that NARS palette, they're like my favorites to wear.
I like them too, and like look at this color story. Like it is really so beautiful. This is the old packaging too. Like that's how long I've had these. But I purchased the warm nude first, and then this one I got because I was like, I love this formula. But like I said, I don't wear it that much, so I think I'm gonna go in with like the light like lilac shade, which doesn't look as purple on the eyes.
Oh man, I should have cleaned this mirror a bit. It's hard to see what I'm doing, but
I like these shadows. Like this type of shade is one of my favorite. There's also one in the Anastasia Soft Glam that kind of looks like this.
What is it?
And like a light like purple like this, or like lavender, but on the eyes it just almost looks like a neutral, and it just looks really pretty.
This orange is definitely not a neutral, but it's actually blending. Like I said, I like this formula and I'm familiar with this formula, and it blends out really well. But I remember I thought this palette was like pretty pigmented, but it's actually blending out to be like I can blend it to be more sheer, which I like obviously for my skin tone. But I do think that these would work on like deeper skin tones, especially the Faded Clementine palette. I think it's like the deepest of the M Cosmetics palettes. Okay, that's a good like little layer down. I always get so uncomfortable when I do like eyeshadow looks.
Why? It's just fun.
Especially since apparently all my brushes are like dirty. Let's see what I can do.
I'm gonna put that same color under the lower lash line. I just kind of like to have that set before moving on to the next shadow.
I'm gonna go in with this brush. Maybe this could do something. I really love this like bright sort of like, I don't know, magenta color. I'm gonna go in with that on top of the orange.
Okay, the next shadow I'm going to use, I'm actually torn. I feel like this would match my cheeks more. I'm gonna use this one, this like darker like taupe shade. And this is actually one thing I do want to mention about this palette. It runs dark. And so I think that's why I gravitate towards the warm nude more, because it has like this bronze shade in there that's really good for like my skin tone on the lid. And then all the mattes are like a little lighter. Like all of these run pretty dark. So very pretty, but like they're pretty pigmented. So you definitely have to be a little bit careful, but really stunning palette. Okay, sorry, we had to pause for a second. Yeah, the dogs. But yeah, so I just put that sort of like cranberry magenta shade on top of the orange, and it's very light, but I'm gonna leave it there. And then I can't decide which shimmer shade to go in with on the lid. I think I'm gonna do this like very warm bronze, and I'm just going to use my finger. Let's see, because these are best. And I think I'm going to use my finger too, and I'm just going to use like the taupey shade. There's only 2 shimmers in here. One's like a dark purple, which is really, really pretty. But I know there's a dark purple in here too, but like this. I figured since I'm, oh yeah, they are similar, since I'm doing like an orange lip, but this is actually way more orange than I remember. I would say this is like a dusty orange shimmer. I thought it was more of a bronze, but it's actually pretty orange, which isn't exactly the look I'm going for. Maybe I'll go over it with something else. It's pretty though. I mean, the shimmer shades in these M palettes are like so stunning. I just, like I said, I much prefer the Venetian Rose palette because it's like neutral leaning cool, and this one is just really warm, which I don't really put on my eyes anymore. But if you like warm shadows in this sort of like orange and purple family, I think you would like it. I'm gonna take a hint of that deep purple shimmer on my pinky and press it into the outer corner. I think that would be pretty. Oh, I think I used too much. Here we go. It's like really pigmented. Really? Yeah. It's really pretty. I was like, what can I do? Like, what else can I put on these? This is pretty. What is this one? This one is kind of like, find a way to blend it. That's like a lighter orange. Yeah, and I don't think I can put the purple on top. I feel like that might end up looking weird. So we may just have to leave it here. I need help. Just leave it here. I need a, like, do you have a cotton pad? No, but I have a Q-tip. Okay. I'll just wipe it on my, okay, now I'm just gonna try to go back with this brush and like blend the edges. Okay, maybe on the lower lash line, I will use, where's my lower, oh yeah, this. Actually, I think I'll just keep in the spirit of this and use the orange on my lower lash line. I feel like if I introduce the purple, things might start to look weird, so. Orange it is. It's just gonna be a very orangey look. But I love orange. I love orange makeup. Okay, I think I blended this out fine. Just getting a lot on my hand, but that's okay. I actually like how this looks. I'm just gonna use, like I said, this is such a good brush. In my opinion, the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush, because you can just like go in and blend the edges at the end. And it just really helps to like diffuse everything. No harsh lines, as Jaclyn Hill used to say. Okay, now where did I put, I brought that Beauty Pie, yes. We both got this, the Beauty Pie Ultra Color Pro Gel Eyeliner in Molten Bronze. So I want to use that on here. I actually have nothing to blend it out with. I forgot to bring something, but I'm just gonna put it like on top here, just for some depth. I don't really know if it's going with this look, but let's see. My forehead lines are like more pronounced, and I think it's the powder, because I used the foundation with the Kosas powder and didn't see that. I just feel like mine have been more pronounced lately. Well, yeah, for sure. Okay. We're too cheap for Botox. Yeah, I must say, this Molten color, this Molten Bronze is a bit too cool tone for this look. So now I feel like I messed this up because it just doesn't go with it's pretty orange. Much black, I feel. Mm-hmm. Have you used it before? Yeah, I did. I just don't remember it being so cool toned. Well, you know what? It's too late now. Maybe I'll go over it with something else. I'm actually really liking my look. I'm going to use that. Okay, this has to be covered, otherwise it's atrocious. What has to be covered? It's like, it looks green now. I don't think it does. I'm gonna use the dark purple in this palette and just sort of go over that liner with this and hope that it kind of fixes this. This Free color is a fantastic inner corner highlight. Like, I would bust out this palette just to use this in the inner corner. Like I said, it's pretty metallic. I mean, as you can see on my face, I was able to like kind of blend it out to look more natural, but it really brightens up. Do you have any brushes that would like apply this?
What are you applying?
A dark purple, and it's kind of like this.
I just used my pinky because I was unsure.
Okay, let me try to.
And then I just blended it with like my fluffier brush, and that seemed to work okay.
I'm trying to fix this because right now I really don't like how this looks, but it's my fault. I used the eyeliner. But I do like the eyeliner. I wanted to say that I really like that so formula. Cute. She is so cute.
She's sitting right here by her mom's. I think my eyes are good. I like how this look turned out. I would like to reach for this palette more, especially for like a nighttime look. We're filming this in like the afternoon, but I think that this palette is more like sultry than any other palette that I own. And the purple
kind of reminds me of the Nars palette that I cannot stop using.
Yeah, the purple tones are really flattering with my eye color, I feel. So I should use this more.
I actually like how this purple is. I'm just gonna like use my fingers. And go in like the outer corner because I think it's like kind of calming down the orange, which is what I wanted.
The pinky will help, or whatever finger you're using.
I'm using like my ring finger. It's pretty sloppy, but I'm not the best at eyeshadow anyway, so it's just kind of fine.
Yeah. For mascara primer, I only have one, so I'm using the Essence Volume Booster. But I am trying a new mascara today.
Which one?
Well, I have two. I'm putting, I guess, spoiler alert, I'm putting the Wander Beauty one in my weekly favorite.
Oh, that's what I was gonna use.
Okay, then you use that.
Okay.
Because that one, I know this is like a makeup we never use, but that's just like a new product.
Yeah. Well, that's why I wanted to use some things that I haven't used on here either, like the Beauty Pie eyeshadow primer.
Yeah, that's
actually,
true.
the eyeshadow primer is doing a great job at like making these colors appear very vibrant. I like what that's doing.
Good. And then same thing with my lower lash. Sorry, I'm getting to the new mascara, but I am, oh, did I not bring it out here?
I like really don't like my eyeshadow look, but it's just, it is what it is.
We're just going to Trader Joe's.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I mean, it looks very fall. I feel like the first time I used this palette, I didn't mess it up. You know what I did? I think the first time I used this palette,
what are you doing, Linz?
or like in the past, when I've used it, I've used the purples more than the oranges. And I just think that these oranges are a bit too bright for my preference. I love orange makeup, but I like them to be like sort of like dustier and darker. But like I said, I'm gonna use an orange
mustard.
Yeah, I like I'm gonna put an orange lip on, so I wanted to do that, but it's just not really my style. But the purples in here are really beautiful, so I just prefer, yeah, that side of this palette. But I do think the purple on the lash line kind of helped with the eyeliner situation, so it looks better.
This is the, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No.
The Patrick Ta mascara, and I used this once a while ago. Didn't really love it, so I put it away. So I took it out today, and I have to say, I'm liking this a lot more than I remember. And I think it's because it's like dried out a little. You know how like mascara just performs better once it dries out? I think that must be it because, and the first time I used it, I don't know if I used a primer, and I always use a primer.
Yeah. Oh, a lash primer?
Yeah.
I'm going to use the Wander Beauty mascara, and like Britta said, we've both been like absolutely loving it.
It's really good. I love their mascaras. They're, well, what is this one called? Because
it's something treatment. Hold on, I'll get it in a second.
it is the Upgraded Lashes, and I loved their Unleashed mascara. I think it's the one it's called. Like, that is such a good mascara. So every time they release a new one, I have
They sent this to us, and thank you so much because we've been loving it. Oh no, yeah, Upgraded Lashes Treatment Mascara. And it's a really dry formula, so I do think it's gonna dry out pretty quickly. But it, the wand is so interesting. It's a molded wand, and it's like an hourglass shape, but then if you turn it like this way, it kind of like stops being hourglass and like it tapers up and then out. It's really hard to see. And then if you turn it this way, it's like a true hourglass. So you can really like manipulate your lashes. So I just want it to be like, I don't know, it's so good. I like this mascara more than I remember, like I said. I don't think it's as volumizing as like L'Oreal Lash Paradise, which is still probably my favorite mascara. Well, the Jones Road one I still love, but I haven't repurchased. I'm like so cheap to repurchase, but it's so good.
I think if they do like a Black Friday sale,
yeah, I would.
I'll get like a couple tubes.
Me too. It's so good. Oh, Luna wants to go outside.
Okay, sorry, Luna had to go outside.
like I said, I like this Patrick Ta mascara more than I remember, so I will continue to use it. Like, you know, mascara only lasts like 3 months, so I really try to use up mascaras that I have even if I don't love them. But I like this more than I thought, and I think that's a good realization. Is this used? I need a new one. I love this Wander Being mascara. It's so good. And I will say that, like, it doesn't smudge on me, which every mascara, I talk about this. Even like the Rare Beauty mascara, which I also love, and I actually forgot to get that in my sale order. Well, because I'm like, oh, it would be, yeah, right? So I added it to my cart, and I'm just debating if I want to add anything else for a second order for the Sephora sale. You know, we've all been there. Yeah. But I love that Rare mascara, but it does smudge in this outer corner for me. It's just how my eyes are shaped. I've come to that realization. So even if I love a mascara, if it's not like so bad and I can just like easily wipe it away through the day, it's fine. But this one like barely has any black down there. Like, I don't know what it is, but it like does not move. So honestly, maybe I should repurchase a backup of this during the sale. It's on Sephora, right? Yeah. I really like how my makeup looks today, aside from my forehead, and it's really bothering me. And I really think it's the powder. It's probably the powder. My forehead looks fine. It's my eyes that I don't love. But it's okay. I love my cheeks. Oh, you did brows already. I'm behind. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to try to use this. You know what I'm using, Britta? I used it. Right now? No. Oh, no. I like it. It's just way more finicky than my brow pencil. So CoverGirl sent us a very random package because I don't think, is this new? I think so, right? Okay, maybe it's new, but it's, and we love CoverGirl, so we're very grateful for the PR, but it's the Easy Breezy Brow 24-Hour Brow Ink Pen, and I've been storing mine upside down because I did use it once. On my forehead. I'm having a panic attack. So it's basically, you know, one of those like, it's like an ink pen, so you use it in your brows instead of a pencil. I'm going to use it before the gel I'm using just a little bit to see. And it's the shade Soft Brown, which is the shade I love in their brow pencil, so that's exciting because it's like a perfect match for my brow hair. Yeah, but I like it. I think it's just harder to use than my CoverGirl. No, I know. I used it once too. Yeah, but I wanted to use it on camera because I think it might be like a good affordable option, but I did like go to use it again the other day and I wasn't storing it upside down and it felt like already dried out. So I definitely recommend doing that. It's just tricky with those products. I didn't do my hair today, so it looks really good. I also trimmed my brows recently and I way over trimmed this side, so I have to like. I know, I need to get mine done. I'm really hating how my forehead looks, but we're gonna move on. For lips, it's a no for the Hourglass pencil powder. I guess. I think it's just heavier than I remember. Like, if I knew that, I would have went in with less. I think I'm used to the Kosas, which is so lightweight. Yeah, you can like use so much. You can use so much and it won't look cakey, and I think I used too much, and that's, I guess, my fault. Because I think it looks good on this part of my face, and especially on my nose. I think it really locked in like my concealer there. So I didn't use it under the eyes because I don't set this concealer. Wow, I will say I love this molded wand at the end. Yes, I like that too. So for lips, molded brush. The L'Oreal Paris Colorish Matte Sharpenable Lip Liner in the shade Mating Call. I think I talked about this in a weekly favorites because I purchased this years ago. I want to say like 7 years ago. When it launched, we both got it launched, yeah. This specific shade, and I loved it. I really like how this pen looks in my brows. Yeah, it's good. Like I said, it just takes longer on that pencil, at least for me. And I loved the shade, but back then I didn't really wear lip liner. So I feel like now we love it. Yeah, so I feel like it kind of like expired, and I never used it. Your eyeshadow. It looks good. Yeah. I mean, this palette, I had no doubts. Yeah, it looks really good. But look at my forehead to make you feel better. Yeah. Anyway, so this expired, and I like decluttered it, and then it was on Amazon for like $6, and they used to be more expensive when they first came out. They were like $12. So I picked it up, and it's very matte. So I'm gonna wear the Merit Taupe lip oil. Over the top. But I love the color, and it's cool tone, so it'll match the eyes. I'm going with the Patrick Ta Brow Lamination Gel because I have used this, just not on camera. And for me, it like dries down a bit too quick, or if you like use too much, it looks a bit goopy because I do have a lot of brow hairs. But then I've just been seeing like so many positive reviews on it, so I'm like, I really need to give that another try. So I'm going in. Well, you know how I use it, right? How? I put like it through my brows just once, and then I use my finger and like disperse it through.
Okay. Actually, I think this is working just fine. Like your finger?
Mm-hmm. But you do have,
like,
you have different brows than me. Yeah. Because I feel like otherwise it deposits too much product, and then when I use the brush to try to brush it through, it's like depositing more and clumping back. So I find that using my finger
Yeah, that's
works.
true. Okay.
So this is obviously accentuating my lip lines, but like this color is perfection. Can you see this?
Oh yeah, I love that color.
It's so pretty.
So good. Maybe I'll order that too.
I know. It's on Amazon. It's so pretty. It's so creamy.
Okay, I do like that, I think. If I just don't, yeah, like you're right. If you don't go in too much, like
you have to use a small amount.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me
I love this. Love it.
This side.
Okay. And like I said, Merritt was kind enough to send us a few of their new lip oil shades. This one is Taupe. Alana Davison was talking about this. And
we love anything Alana wears.
Yeah. And I guess it's Alana. We say her name wrong.
Oh, Alana.
Alana. And so I thought that it would
make
be
sense because her friends call her Lan.
Yeah. So I thought that this would be a good combination. This is like more pigmented than I thought, but it's layering well.
Oh, you haven't used it yet? It's super pigmented. The new Merit lip oil shades are way more pigmented than the old ones.
The original are kind of pigmented.
No. I don't think so. I feel like maybe it's just very shade to shade. I like that finger trick, but then I feel like I can't shape them exactly how I want.
Yeah,
but I do think they're looking good. I think my brows look good. So I do think I like that combo. I'm going to leave this out to continue using it more. But I did order the Refi brow gel during the sale, so I'm very excited to get that.
Yeah, next weekend we're going to film our Sephora VIB sale haul.
Okay, I'm using also a lip liner that this was like my go-to lip liner before I purchased MAC Strip Down, before my beloved Victoria Beckham No. 2 came out. Like basically before I got really into like sort of like brownie nudes. I loved this and used it almost every day. And we recently got a new one in the Laura Mercier. Laura Mercier sent us like a PR package and it had this in it.
No, I had it, and then I was decluttering.
You had it, but it was from a PR package.
It was, yeah, but I don't know how new it is, but
yeah.
I was decluttering and I never really used it, so I gave it to you because I was
because I literally had used so much of mine, and then I think I decluttered it. I don't know. But it's the shade Plumberry, and yeah, it's a Laura Mercier lip liner, and it's much more pink than I usually wear now, but I wanted to test it again.
Yeah, their lip liners are good. I decluttered a bunch of lip liners recently and kept, I think what I like about them is the shades. Well, I like the wood pencils, first of all, you guys know that's our favorite. And the shades are really unique. I kept like this like deep, like dusty orange color that
I could have used anything
with
like
my
orange today, but I did want to use this.
Okay, I like this. It's just way more pink than I go for now. I actually don't think this lip matches the eye. I wouldn't say they don't go together, but my eye is very purple. But I guess what matches a purple eye, you know?
Yeah.
I like this combination though. It's way more juicier than I ever wear on my lips, but it looks good.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I've been wearing the taupe, the Merit taupe with the Victoria Beckham O2 because that's how.
Yeah, I wore
Alana.
That's how
she wears it.
I wore it with Strip Down once, but I think that, I got Strip Down, like I usually just use on the outer perimeter, and I use Mating Call all over my lips today.
I don't know how this is gonna look. Okay, so I'm using the Merit in Cara. It's the orange shade. I love the color. I will say this formula is a bit hard to like reapply just because it's so thin. Like I feel like it kind of like, or not reapply, I guess it slips a lot. It's not as like cushiony as the Beauty Pie.
I think it's as cushiony, it's thinner.
Yeah, like it's thinner, so it slips a lot more.
But it feels really comfortable.
It does feel really comfortable.
Which is, you guys know we don't like lip gloss at all. And if I'm going to wear something shiny like this, it cannot be goopy. Like that's just probably my #1.
And it is like shinier than the Beauty Pie.
Yeah.
I just still prefer that formula, but I will say these new Merit shades, like this Cara and the taupe are my favorites, and Sangria, which is one of the original shades.
Yeah, so pretty. I love this taupe color. I feel like I'll be wearing this a lot.
Yeah, the taupe color is my favorite. It's like, I mean, it's a shade, it's like our go-to shade.
Yeah. I like how my makeup turned out. If you ignore my forehead. I didn't realize we were doing opposite looks. Like you were going full warm and I went full cool.
Yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah, let us know.
This is like way outside of our
Don't be too honest.
Yeah, no, you can be honest. Yeah. This is way outside of our comfort zone, I feel.
I really like how my look turned out though, I have to say. Overall, I'm really glad we did this video. I know we keep saying that.
Yeah.
But I rediscovered some things that I haven't reached for in quite some time.
I know,
like the stretch concealer, I literally went through like a whole thing of this, free purchase, or 2 of these. This is like my 3rd one. Like I loved it for years and then I just put it away. Now I'm like, this looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pleasantly surprised. I think we really don't like face powder. Apparently, like only the Kosas is like the only one we can use. That's like the only thing I've really learned.
They really did something with that.
From this video.
Yeah.
But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed watching this get ready with me. We love doing these videos and we hope that you felt like this one was a little bit different for us.
Yeah.
We really tried.
Yeah, I hope you liked it.